between the Pikeville Panthers and the Paintsville Tigers. My name's Jim Frazier, and I'm standing alongside the Paintsville Tiger head coach, Bill Mike Runyon. Bill Mike, thanks for joining us. And, you know, you and I were talking earlier in the week about the tradition that you fellas have set at Paintsville High School. You fellas have won 3 straight regional crowns earlier with John Pelfrey, Joey Couts, Mike Minix. I know that you said that sort of creates a feeling on your players where they expect to win. I was wondering about the pressure for the coach in that situation, because I know the fans expect to win as well.
Well, to be honest with you, I put a lot of pressure on myself. I don't think there's a lot of pressure out there that is put on me by other people, but right. I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself, and I tend to take it bad when we lose because I feel like it's something that I could have done to change the loss. Right.
Well, now let's talk a little bit about your team this year. I know the Collins boys have been playing very well out on the perimeter for you, also Jeremy Holbrook, but you've got another big Pelfrey boy on the inside.
Well, the Collins kids, along with Jeremy Holbrook, have been doing one thing that is extremely pleasing to me, Jim, and that's the fact that they've been playing great perimeter defense. And I feel like if they can continue to do that, then we're going to be all right out there as far as that's concerned. And Jerry Pelfrey's having a tremendous year for us, and he's averaging 21 points a ball game and over 12 rebounds a ball game. And you know, I really can't ask any more out of him than what he's given right now. And of course, we got some role players in there along with Todd Porter and Tucker Howard and Walt Crace, you know. And you know, to be a good team, you've got to have good role players.
Right. Well, now you're taking on the Pikeville Panthers tonight. It's always a big game, always a big rivalry when your teams meet. What kind of problems are the Pikeville Panthers going to give your team tonight?
Well, I kind of look for them to give us some problems down inside. I think possibly they're a little stronger than we are inside at one position. You know, not necessarily both positions down inside, right, but at one of them anyway. And I kind of look for them to go inside on us quite a bit and be patient once they get the ball across half court and, you know, try to pound it down inside and get some easy baskets on us.
Right. Bill, Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. And Chuck Damon will be back with Kenny Trivett of Pikeville right after these messages.
It's a sales spectacular at your Price Hager Decorating Centers. An England Corsair sofa and love seat, both pieces for only $6.79, with 6 styles and fabrics to choose from. An England Corsair 2-piece sectional, only $8.99, and 3-piece sectional with incliners, only $11.69. Restonic bedding at great prices starting at $69 per piece. Also, Bassett Cherry Finish Highboy for $7.99, and Curio cabinets from $2.95. All this at your Price Hager Decorating Centers in Paintsville and Pikeville.
There are lots of applications for home equity loans. But your first application should be at the First National Bank of Pikeville. As soon as your first line home equity loan is approved, your loan can be used when you need it the most. When you want to borrow, remember who's lending. Your financial partners at the First National Bank of Pikeville.
We're with Coach Ken Trivett of the Pikeville High School Panthers. Coach, 8-4, big win Tuesday night over Betsy Lane.
Sure was. It's been a long time since we've beaten Betsy Lane down there. They have an outstanding program. Junior Newsom does a wonderful job down there. And it's a credit to our kids and the work that they put in that we could go down on their floor and win a game of that magnitude.
Coach, a lot of talk around the region, around the state about Chris Slater. How good is he?
Well, I think he's very good. I think he's an all-stater without question. I think he's averaging 27.5 points a game, 8 assists, 5 steals, 4 rebounds. He does it all, and I think he's done it in the big games. 30 the other night against Betsy Lane, 36 against Virgie. He's his best in big games, and I think that's a quality player that can do that.
Another big test for you tonight, the Paintsville Tigers, another good basketball club.
No question about it. Bill Mike Runyon, one of the few coaches that's ever won 3 consecutive regional titles, and his teams always play hard. They've got an 8-game winning streak coming in tonight. They are rated above us in the regional ratings. It's another chance for us to see if we're really a regional contender or not.
Coach, how's everything blended together? We're 8-4. We're getting down the stretch drive right now before the district tournament.
Well, I think the whole key, Chuck, is that we continue to strive to get better each game. Try to improve on our weaknesses and to get some level of consistency in what we're trying to do. If we are able to do that, we've got a tough district foe in Virgie. Other district teams, Mullins has shown spurts that they can play. Dorton is having a good year. So our district looks a little tougher than normal this year, and Virgie has an outstanding team. Bobby Osborne has to have a lot of credit in the program he has there developed. And they've got two great players in Hall and Bowling that, Virgie stands in our way. But if you're ever going to gain a championship or get anything that's worthwhile, you've got to overcome some obstacles, and certainly they're a big obstacle for us. But we look forward to the opportunity. We think our team's progressing, and we're excited about this season.
What can the fans out there look forward to in today's game?
Well, I think we like an up-tempo. If we can achieve a tempo that's fast, we like that. We're averaging around 80 points a game. But on the other hand, we've shown the other night that we can play a slower tempo. At Betsy Lane, it was 67-60, 8-8 after one quarter. Right. We developed the ability to play a little slower tempo, and that's a good sign, Chuck, because you know as well as I do, you can't always get the tempo you want, and your kids have to adjust the tempo, which we did the other night. So that was a big step for us.
Coach, good luck to you. WYMT, happy to be here.
Thank you, Chuck.
Good luck. And we'll be back right after this.
We almost didn't come to East Kentucky Beauty College because the school always looks so clean and fresh, and the students look so neat.
I just knew it had to be a strict school, but since I'm here, it's like being part of the family. It's fun learning in class and on the clinic floor.
Our instructors really care. This truly is the school with the heart.
The school that makes dreams come true.
That's East Kentucky Beauty College, Main Street, Pikeville, Kentucky. Phone 432-3627.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Basketball here on wymt-tv. Jim Frazier along with Chuck Dameron, and we're set to bring you the matchup between the Paintsville Tigers and the Pikeville Panthers. Paintsville, 13-5 out of the 57th district. They've won 8 in a row, and they'll go with a 3-guard lineup. Chris Collins, a 6'1", 165 senior, and Craig Collins, a 5'10", 165 junior. Yes, they're brothers. And the third guard, the point guard, will be Jeremy Holbrook. He's a 5'10", 160 junior. The forward for the Paintsville Tigers will be Todd Porter. He's a 6'3", 165 sophomore. And at center will be Jerry Pelfrey. He's a 6'6", 180 senior, averaging 21.1 points per game. Of course, Jerry Pelfrey is the brother of John Pelfrey, who plays at the University of Kentucky. As you see the introductions now for the Paintsville Tigers. Looking for the Pikeville Panthers now. And out of the 59th district, they're 8-4, coached by Kenny Trivet. And they'll go with the more uniform 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. And at the guards will be number 12, Chris Slater. He's a 6', 170 senior, averaging 27.5 points per game. Leads his team in steals. The other guard will be Johnny Hale. He's a 6'3", 185 junior, averaging 16.1. The center is Tim McNamee. He's a 6'3", 190 senior. Had the flu and didn't start the last time out, but he's ready to go tonight. And the forwards will be number 10, John Blackburn, a 6'1", 175 senior, and Brian Wilson, a 6'4", 190 junior. And Chuck, as we get set for this one, Pikeville Panthers, Paintsville Tigers, anytime these teams meet, it's a little cold outside, but it's warm in here.
It'll be real warm in here tonight, Jim, as these two teams both trying to establish a strong position in the 15th region. Both of them rated pretty highly. Paintsville has a rating of 59.9, Pikeville 57.7, so we're supposed to have an even ball game here. Pikeville, of course, coming off 2 big wins. They've beaten Virgie, which is ahead of them. They beat Betsy Lane Tuesday night, which was a big win for Pikeville. Lost to #1 region power Sheldon Clark by 3 points. And we're ready, and now with the play-by-play, here is Jim Frazier.
All right, thank you, Chuck. We got Jerry Pelfrey and Brian Wilson set to jump it up. The home team, Pikeville, in the white uniforms. As Jeremy Holbrook works it up, bounces down low for Pelfrey, lost it, and it was knocked out of bounds last touch by the Panthers. And you see early they want to go to the big boy inside, Pelfrey.
He's an excellent player. Pikeville playing man-to-man defense starting off.
And the shot was partially blocked there as Collins couldn't get it. Pikeville going the other way with it. It's Johnny Hale. Wilson. Inside. They'll swing it for McNamee, and the left-hander puts it up and in. Nice move there.
Yeah, McNamee turned, square to the goal real well, went up strong, got it over Pelfrey.
2-0. As the home team draws first blood. See Coach Hillard Howard moving right in front of us here. Going to look at the basketball Panthers. That one was put up and in by Todd Porter, and we're tied at 2. Inside it goes for Wilson, and let's see.
The last goal, Paintsville, was set up by a very good pass.
And it looks like the foul will go against Jeremy Holbrook there. His first and the team's first. Tied at 2, just a minute into this one. Slater looking to inbounds, looking. Gets it into Wilson. Tigers will go man-to-man. They love that man-to-man. And we're going to have a 3-second call as McNamee sort of camped in the lane that time. But Chuck, I was talking with head coach Bill Mike Runyon, and he feels like he always wants his team to play man-to-man because they can set the tempo defensively.
Coach Trivets the same way. They think that the harder you play defense, the better you play offense.
Collins in the corner. Out front to Holbrook. Has trouble. Looks like the Panthers now
they're 3-2.
Switch up, yeah.
They're going to mix it up a little bit tonight. I guess try to hold Jerry Pelfrey down.
There's near steal out front. Hale had a hand on it. Let's see. Last touched by number 23, Jerry Hale. Both of these teams won their own tournament. Paintsville winning the PIT and Pikeville winning the PIT.
Pikeville, big win over rival Virgie in that. It was a really exciting win. First time Pikeville won that PIT in about 8 years, Jim.
Goes down in the corner to Pelfrey. Gets the baseline from 34 McNamee. I believe they're going to whistle McNamee with the foul.
Right. Pelfrey made a strong move that time, and McNamee did not slide his feet and get down in a good defensive position, and that cost him a foul.
4-3, 1-point lead for the home team as the visitors, the Paintsville Tigers, on the attack. Pelfrey, Craig Collins. Thought about it, bounces off to brother Chris Collins. Long one-hander is no good. Rebound by Slater. Looks like Pikeville wants to run with it. Slater, spin move, near steal. He keeps it and puts it in.
I tell you, he's got all the tools.
Almost a blindside steal that time, but you just can't take it away from Chris Slater. 6-3. 5 minutes and change here to play in this first quarter, and now looks like Paintsville head coach Bill Mike Runyon will call timeout. I believe we're going to take this break right now. There's 5:02 to play first quarter. Our score, the Pikeville Panthers 6 and the Paintsville Tigers 3.
Feel the heartbeat of America with Kelly Chevrolet Olds of Paintsville. Quality cars for work, families, luxury, and economy from Chevrolet and Oldsmobile. Kelly is your family Chevy dealer. Not the biggest dealer, but the best. Kelly also has many models of Chevrolet trucks, vans, and four-wheel drives. Fine General Motors products from a fine mountain dealer. Kelly Chevrolet Olds of Paintsville, serving the entire mountain region. It's a sales spectacular at your Price Hager Decorating Centers. An England Corsair sofa and love seat, both pieces for only $6.79, with 6 styles and fabrics to choose from. An England Corsair 2-piece sectional, only $8.99, and 3-piece sectional with incliners, only $11.69. Restonic bedding at great prices starting at $69 per piece. Also, Bassett Cherry Finish Highboy for $7.99, and Curio cabinets from $2.95. All this at your Price Hager Decorating Centers in Paintsville and Pikeville.
Well, they just made the announcement and a standing ovation for Chris Slater of Pikeville as he has scored his 1,000th point here at Pikeville High School, and quite an honor for a man, really, in basketball-wise, that this is his second year at Pikeville High School.
Right. One of the few to be in the 1,000-point club.
Slater, as you'll look in your state ratings, is ranked 7th leading scorer in the state of Kentucky, averaging 27 points a game.
And the long one-hander by Craig Collins is good.
Well, Collins can shoot the threes, and he shows us right there. Slater, once again, Jim, he's tough. He's hard to guard man-to-man. You just about have to have help when you guard Chris Slater.
He's got 6 of the 8 Pikeville points, and it's an 8-6 Pikeville lead as Chris Collins trying to look inside at Pelfrey that got him bottled up in there. It's Tucker Howard with it now. And it goes through the legs of Chris Collins, out of bounds. 2 turnovers now for the Paintsville Tigers early. Slater is in a hurry. You know, I was talking with Coach Trivet earlier this year, and he said his team wanted to push the tempo up, and they're certainly doing that. As Brian Wilson
showing that he can shoot from outside. Brian 6'4", and a good shooter from outside.
6'4", 190 junior. A little inexperienced, but as he gets that experience, you're going to see him get tougher and tougher. And knocked out of bounds there. Last touch by Pikeville.
Pass intended there for Pelfrey. Pelfrey, by the way, is the 6th leading rebounder in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, we've got some boys who can play here. Chris Collins. In front to his brother Craig. Bounce it down to Tucker Howard. Spin move on Slater. He'll put it up. No good. Short. Blackburn had it, lost it, and Paintsville retains possession.
Well, it was a good move anyway. Tucker, good job.
Right. You know, Paintsville started off their first 11 games. They were 6-5, Chuck. And talking with Coach Runyon, he said they wanted to try and push the tempo up. And as they have, they've come up with 8 straight wins. Collins, nice move, couldn't bite, follows his own shot and puts it in.
Well, never say die. Don't give up. He stayed with it and got it.
Slater in a hurry, and he's fouled out front by Jerry Pelfrey, his first. Team's third.
Pelfrey a big one, Jim, and he's going to have a decision to make at the end of this year whether he plays college football or college basketball. He's an outstanding athlete. Either one he, decides to play.
Right. Well, in talking with the coaching staff, they felt that Jerry a little stronger than John, perhaps more aggressive. Hale, 19-9, write it down.
Hale, by the way, as he hits that 3, is number 8 in the state in three-point shots.
He can fill it up. 13-8, a 5-point lead here for the Panthers early. 3:20 to play first quarter. Howard, low left it goes for Craig Collins. Chris Collins, Todd Porter with it. Collins thought about it, in it goes to Pelfrey. Shot was blocked by Wilson. Craig Collins gets it back, no good, following his own shot, and he was fouled on the wrist.
Well, it'll be on Johnny Hale, number 23 of Pikeville. And Jim, one thing that has been an enemy of Pikeville has been their defensive boards. They haven't been able to come up with that board, and the other teams have been out rebounding on the offensive board, and it has hurt them.
See, Chris Smith checking in.
Well, he's called their super sub.
Nearly knocked away. Well, it was knocked away by Blackburn, almost stolen, but Paintsville has it on the inbounds. Comes into Craig Collins. Tries to bounce it down for Porter, goes out of bounds.
Good defensive position there by the super sub Chris Smith, and when he comes into the game, it seems like something always happens, and most of the time, it's positive for Pikeville.
John Blackburn just behind the arc. Inside Wilson, shot partially blocked by Porter. Rebound pulled down by Pelfrey. Chris Collins, baseline J on its way and good.
Well, we've seen more block shots tonight than I've seen in a while. Referees kind of letting the players play, and I like that.
I do too. Craig Collins hits the deck as Chris Slater puts it in. He's got 8 already.
Well, he's tough. We've said that probably too many times already, but he is.
Sort of sound like Mo Hollingsworth and Edel Gray like last week.
Right.
Jerry Pelfrey puts it in. His first bucket, 6'6", 180 senior, has a chance to play football at either Louisville, Marshall, some schools like that. He can play either sport.
He kept that ball real well up over his head high and squared up and put it right in.
Hale, he hit it. It was not a triple. And you see Smith sneaking in and gets caught with the foul. It's his first, team's fourth. No bonus as of yet, but on the next common foul, it will be a bonus opportunity for the Paintsville Tigers. I tell you, you look at the team's big men. Chris Slater, 4 of 4 with 8 points. Jerry Pelfrey, only 1 of 4, able to pick up only 2 points.
Yeah, he'll get better.
Collins' shot was no good. Gets his own rebound, battling down low, puts it in. I tell you, Chris Collins has 6 points. 4 of them coming on rebound baskets, Chuck. I really like the way he's playing.
He's a tough competitor. There's Slater. You know, he can pull down there, pull up and pop it.
Man, oh man, he's so quick. He's got 10 already, 21-14. Craig Collins gets in the air, finds Tucker Howard. Baseline J. Chris Collins, string music for Chris Collins. He's got 8, 21-16. We've got 25 seconds left in this first quarter. Craig Collins trying to stay with Slater.
Great pass.
Yeah, nice pass. Magnum, he couldn't buy the bucket, though, down low. Rebound, Jerry Pelfrey for the Paintsville Tigers. 15 ticks of the clock left. Pelfrey takes it down. Dotted line. It's good.
Well, just a super job. He came down under control, saw an opening, took it to the goal, and stuck it in.
Hale at 7 seconds. Or check it. That's Smith. Slater at 4 seconds, and he's fouled out front by Craig Collins, his first. Team's fifth, I have it, so I believe you'll see Chris Slater make a trip to the line.
Well, if that be the case, Coach Bill Mike Runyon of Paintsville cannot be very happy. It's only 3 ticks on the clock, and you hate to have the team go to the free throw line and get a chance to put free throws in with 3 ticks left, but that will be the case, as Slater will have an opportunity at the 1-and-1.
21-18, 3-point lead. Jim Frazier along with Chuck Dameron for Mountain basketball. And the 6-foot senior, Chris Slater, puts it up and in. 11 for him. 22-18. Tell you could see both of these teams in the finals of the 15th regional tournament.
Oh, no question. Of course, this region is so wide open. The parity is unbelievable.
Slater's next foul shot is short and no good. Tip up by Smith and goes out of bounds at 1 second. That's about the only thing Slater has been offline on.
Slater shoots about 75% at the free throw line, and he would like to shoot better than that, but that's what he shoots.
Inbounds it comes to Craig Collins. He'll fling it long, and shot no good. We've come to the end of 1 quarter of play. And our score, the Pikeville Panthers 22, Paintsville Tigers 18. Will return after this.
Did you know that you can get a free car wash at the Plaza or South Mayo Trail Happy Marts? When you get at least an 8-gallon fill-up, you'll receive a wash, wax, and dry all free. So when your car needs gas and a good wash, it just makes sense to come to the Plaza Happy Mart or the South Mayo Trail Happy Mart for a free car wash from top to tires and front to back. Nobody takes care of you like the Plaza or South Mayo Trail Happy Marts.
Happy Mart, we're taken care of. Happy Mart. Hungry, hungry. The sandwich is the max at Rex. The sandwich is the max at Rex. Ooh, ah, yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, hungry. The sandwich is the max at Rex. The sandwich is the max at Rex. The sandwich. Oh.
And the second quarter underway. 4-point lead for Pikeville. The ball is Paintsville's, and Jerry Pelfrey draws the foul in low. And Chuck, I think that's exactly where Paintsville wants to go. They want to go down low here.
Well, they did, and Jerry Pelfrey's so strong, and he squared up, took that ball up very strong, and tried to stick in the goal for the 3-point play. However, it did not go, but he will be at the free throw line 4-2.
22-18. You know, I was looking down here and seeing where Coach Trivet is sitting. It was interesting, a story about Coach Trivet's, as we take a look here, you saw Bill Mike Runyon. Maybe we can get a shot of Coach Trivet as Jerry Pelfrey hits the shot. Coach Trivet is sitting in a chair that's pretty old, Chuck. You might know the story on that.
I remember the chair.
Right, his dad, John Bill Trivet, sat in that chair and won many a game, and Coach Trivet felt there was a few wins left, and I suppose there are. Brian Wilson puts it up and in. Nice move. Left-handed shot that time.
Yeah, right-handed player, but used the left, and he used the other hand to protect himself. Great move by Brian Wilson.
24-19 is Craig Collins making a move, and it drops for him. And Craig Collins with 6 points. Charlie's boys playing pretty tough out on the perimeter. The inside, McNamee was lonesome, and the nice pass, and he lays it in. 4 points for him. In that first quarter, Chuck, Pikeville shot 64%, while Paintsville 47%. And Paintsville only 50% from the line, while Pikeville 75%. Teams were even in rebounds at 6. And we have a foul.
Player called for tripping there. 1-2, that'll be Slater.
Yep, his first. Referee Harvey Silas with the call. Officials tonight, Jeff Newsom and Harvey Silas doing a good job.
Harvey working hard, I tell you that. He's already worked up a sweat, and he has hustled.
Right. Chris Collins' foul shot just barely grazes the iron. They battle down low for it. And the last touch, I believe, by Porter as he was standing on the baseline.
He wastes no time getting the ball in play either. Paintsville now 2-3 zone, Jim.
Well, we switched up. They gotten into a little bit of foul trouble, and maybe that last trip down the court, they lost some of their assignments.
Gee,
Slater, nice
what a move,
shot.
what a move.
He is filling it up early, 28-21. Chris Collins, 19-9, short and no good as the rebound pulled down by Johnny Hay. Hale works it down. Wilson, 17-footer, is no good. Rebound kicks down to Slater. He's on the baseline and has it knocked away.
Well, I don't know of any player on Pikeville team, Coach Trivett does not put the handcuffs on them. If they've got the open shot and they feel like they can make it, they've got the green light to let her fly.
And we have a timeout on the court, and we're going to pause and take this break right now with our score. With 6:33 to play in the first half, the Pikeville Panthers 28 and the Paintsville Tigers 21.
At Family Federal, we've made a new name for ourselves. We're now Family Federal Savings Bank, with all the financial services you've come to expect from a bank. Whether you're buying a new car, purchasing a home, got your eye on that special boat, or just need a checking account, Family Federal Savings Bank is here for you. And your deposits are federally insured up to $100,000. Family Federal Savings Bank. We've made a new name for ourselves. Paintsville, Pikeville, Inez, and Salyersville.
If you need a new garage door for your home or a service door for your business, let the professionals at Pikeville Overhead Door Company serve you. Pikeville Overhead Door Company is the only Eastern Kentucky overhead door dealer. We furnish and install quality Clopay residential doors and commercial doors by Kinnear. We also service any make of door. Our doors come in all styles available: wood, fiberglass, steel, insulated and non-insulated, with or without glass panels. That's Pikeville Overhead Door Company, Highway 23 in Stanville, Kentucky.
Life's emergencies sometimes catch us off guard, but at Cooley Medical Equipment, we try our best to help you when it happens. Our experienced staff is ready to work with your physician to provide the best in medical equipment and care for you or your loved one at home. That includes the services of therapists and licensed nurses. We'll bill Medicare and most insurance companies. At Cooley Medical, our motto is quality patient care, and we mean it. Cooley Medical Equipment, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, and Louisa.
We almost didn't come to East Kentucky Beauty College because the school always looks so clean and fresh and the students look so neat.
I just knew it had to be a strict school, but since I'm here, it's like being part of the family. It's fun learning in class and on the clinic floor.
Our instructors really care. This truly is a school with a heart.
The school that makes dreams come true.
That's East Kentucky Beauty College, Main Street, Pikeville, Kentucky. Phone 432-3627.
And back at the TW Oliver Gymnasium, 28-21 the count. The Pikeville Panthers leading the Paintsville Tigers.
Pikeville getting started a little bit quick, Jim, doing a better job getting out of the gate. And I'm sure Paintsville will settle down. We've got a 7-point ball game. You know, that's pretty close, especially with this three-point play in basketball now.
Oh, it sure is. I love the three-point play. Really brought the guard play back into the game.
That gives that little man a chance. Slater stands about 6 foot.
Hale cranks up the triple.
Well, that's why he's the 8th leading three-point shooter in the state of Kentucky. He can fill it.
And you know, he looks like he's got even more range than that.
He does.
You know, it's an easy shot for him, you can see. 31-21, 10-point lead.
And he's a junior, so he'll be back next year.
Coach Trivett will like that. Man-to-man looks like his inside Pelfrey shot no good. He had a foul. 37-32, 5-point spread. As Hale, too hard on the triple. Rebound comes down to Crace, smallest guy on the floor. Tucker Howard. Tigers chipping away at this lead. Crace loads it up. No good. Rebound Craig Collins. He'll take it down low. Bounces off for Pelfrey, and left-handed, he'll lay it in.
Well, Pelfrey uses that left hand and right hand. It doesn't matter, either one, Jim. He can use both hands very well.
He's got 12, 8 of those coming in this quarter. 37-34. I think this one's going right to the wire, Chuck.
Oh, I believe it will, too.
Slater making a move. Craig Collins hits the deck. Paintsville folks wanted the charge. Hale loads it up. No good. Rebound, Chris Collins.
Well, Pikeville's gone cold here, and Paintsville has warmed it up.
Yep. 2.5 to play. First half. 3-point lead. Crace thought about it. Slater comes out and gets him. Picking up the dribble, needs some help. Craig Collins goes out on the perimeter, helps out.
Luke Grace had 15 the other night off the bench against Raceland.
Sure did. Good shooter. Pelfrey lonesome inside, and he gets the nice pass from Craig Collins and lays it in. A little bit of an overcommitment that time by Wilson.
Yeah, it really was.
Out front, Blackburn has trouble controlling it. Chris Collins with the steal. He'll go under and lay it in.
And Paintsville now, Jim, with the first lead, 38-37.
All right, they've scored something like 10 straight points to take this lead. Inside 2 minutes to play. Wilson trying to get to the ball. They cut him off. Another steal by the Tigers. Tigers turning it around on the defensive end here, Chuck.
Yeah, they picked up the defensive tempo, and Slater has not shot the basketball the last 7 or 8 times down the floor.
Chris Collins to Pelfrey. No good. Gets his own board. He'll put it up and in.
It took him a while to get going, but he's sure going now and going strong.
40-37.
And they need to get Slater a shot. Paintsville in zone.
Slater bothered out front by the Collins boys. Blackburn, Hale tries the triple, no good. Pelfrey clears the board, looks for some help.
Well, Hale's gone a little cold from the three-point line. And Pikeville plays a lot this way, Jim. They'll play in streaks. They may roll off about 12, and then they slow down for a while, and then they roll off 12 more. Don't ever think they're out of it, and walking violation there on Paintsville, and they turn it over.
Referee Harvey Silas with the call.
Brian Wilson comes out. Hal Akers, another good shooter, Jim, checking in for Pikeville. Good hard-nosed basketball player, a junior.
Yeah, the Panthers need to get off the Schneiders. The Tigers put like 12 in a row on them. Smith, 17-footer is no good. Blackburn with the tip. He'll pull it off and put it up. Draws the foul from Pelfrey, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. Second personal foul on Jerry Pelfrey.
Well, they got Pelfrey off his feet, and once you go off your feet, then you're just defenseless, Jim. You've got to stay on your feet. Do not leave your feet until a man shooting the basketball leaves his feet.
You know, excuse me, Chuck.
You'll be much better off that way. That's
excellent comment. And talking with Coach Kenny Trivet, he said John Blackburn he's a scrapper, the guy who gets in and does the dirty work.
Yeah, he will. John's a real hard worker, plays real solid defense. Probably the best defensive player on the Pikeville squad.
Peyton Pelfrey will check in as Jerry Pelfrey sits down. And no, Peyton is not another one of the brothers. Jerry is the baby boy. 40-39. 1-point lead for Paintsville. Chris Collins, one-hander is no good. They battle for it. And Slater pulls it away at 20 seconds. Hale, 1-on-3. Doesn't like the numbers. Smith, Blackburn cutting to the hole and gets it.
Well, a good pass and a good cut.
41-40. 6 seconds at Chris Collins. 4 seconds. Tucker Howard, 19 and 92 seconds. No good, and we've come to the end of a super first half. And our score, the Pikeville Panthers 41 and the Paintsville Tigers 40. And we'll see that Chris Slater has just joined the coveted 1,000-point club here for Pikeville. What a job he's doing. I tell you, he's got a lot of things going for him. On the other side of the ledger, Jerry Pelfrey with a big night as he's got 18 points already. So we have seen a super first half. Our score, the Pikeville Panthers 41 and the Paintsville Tigers 40. We're going to pause and then we'll return with our halftime report right after this.
Here it comes, the Slammin', Jammin', Rip-Roarin' Good Time Video, the NBA's dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers. It's all new fun and excitement, and the only way to get it is free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. See your heroes fly through the air with the greatest of ease and land just about anywhere they please. See them jump and jam, slip, slide, and slam. See them dance and dive as they try to keep it alive. For 45 minutes of all the right stuff, they'll give it a whirl and give it a heave. And if you hang around long enough, you'll see things you won't believe. Of course, sometimes they miss, and often they fall. But we'll let you be the judge of who's the greatest of all. You'll get lots of laughs and quite a bit more as all your favorites take the floor. Believe me, you can look high and low, but you won't find a more fantastic show. So So call this toll-free number now to get the sensational video that reaches new heights in entertainment. The NBA's dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers, free from Sports Illustrated. And by calling now, not only will you get all the thrills and spills of your free video, you won't miss out on the exciting 25th anniversary edition of the famous swimsuit issue, featuring a bright and sunny look at the smiles and suits of the past 25 years in an issue devoted entirely to swimwear. Then the boys of summer swing along in SI's big baseball preview issue. You get all that and save almost 50% off the cover price. 25 issues payable in 3 monthly installments of only $9.89 each. And you can charge it if you want. Take advantage of the savings. Don't let anyone get the jump on you. Get it all first. The NBA's dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers, the anniversary edition of the swimsuit issue, the big baseball preview, and enjoy all the great color and excitement of Sports Illustrated every week by calling this toll-free number now. 1-800-876-4848. 1-800-876-4848. The video is rated F for free.
It's Pikeville 41 and Paintsville 40 here at the half. And the scoring first for Paintsville, Jerry Pelfrey leads the way with 16 points. Jerry getting 12 of those in the second quarter of play. Chris Collins next with 14 points. Then Craig Collins with 8 points. Todd Porter with 2 points. Jeremy Holbrook did not score, but played. Walt Crace did not score, but he also played. And Tucker Howard did not score, but he also played for Paintsville. For Pikeville, they're led by Chris Slater, 16 points here in the first half. Johnny Hale with 10, 2 of those on threes. John Blackburn with 4 points. Tim McNamee with 4 points. Brian Wilson with 5 points. And Chris Smith with 2 points. Hal Akers also in the ball game, did not score. Looking at the statistics, Pikeville 16 out of 27 from the floor for 59.2%. And Paintsville 17 of 32 from the floor for 53.1%. So both teams shooting well from the floor. The big story here in the first half of play is the fact that both these clubs play in spurts, and Pikeville got off to a good run there, and they got out to about a 9-10 point lead, and then Paintsville jumped right back with a 10-0 run at themselves. As a matter of fact, with 3:28 to go in the game in the first half of play there, they went off on a 10-0 run against Paintsville, and that got them back in the lead. And then Pikeville came back right at the end and took the lead back 41-40. And that is our halftime score, 41-40. And right now we would like for you to join after this wonderful spot Sherry Short with an academic update on both these fine high schools of Eastern Kentucky.
When I think of great food, there's 2 places that come to mind first. My mom's Sunday afternoon meals and the deli at any Happy Mart. Once you've eaten the fried chicken and potato wedges at the Happy Mart, you'll know what Southern cooking really means. Then there's all those homemade salad sandwiches like ham, chicken, tuna fish, egg, and pimento cheese, all made fresh daily. So when I want a sub sandwich or just pick up a few last-minute grocery items, I always go to the Happy Mart. Unless, of course, Mom gets one of those Sunday dinners cooking.
Are you in the market for a new car? Have you been stalling, waiting, wondering when you'll be able to afford what you need? Now's the time to get moving with an auto loan from the First National Bank of Pikeville. There are a lot of tempting interest rates out there, but if you see us first, we'll be able to save you money and offer you the financing that you can afford. Let your financial partners at the First National Bank of Pikeville put you in the driver's seat.
The 1988 Pikeville Panthers football team is well on their way to another Class A state football championship.
For years, Mountain High schools have been applauded for their championship athletic teams. Pikeville football team is currently #1 in the state, and Paintsville's baseball and basketball teams were both in the Final Four. But very seldom do you hear of how well our students are doing in academics. Did you know that Pikeville's Quick Recall Group is currently #1 in the state, and they have been for the past couple of months? And Paintsville, with a fairly young team, is growing and steadily on their way up the academic ladder. But first, back to Pikeville. They're called by many #1 in athletics as well as academics. How do they do it? Well, let's find out.
I have to get a lot of credit to our coaches and to our teachers. They're very supportive. The administration has always treated the academic team with the same respect that they would give any athletic team. And that really gives us a lot of motivation and it helps us to look forward to the competitions because we know we'll have a great homecoming when we get back.
Behind every team, there has to be a coach, and Pikeville's head coach is Ann Keene, who's been there for the past 7 years and who started the academic team.
One year, my principal asked me to coach the Scholastic Challenge team that was sponsored by KET, and I did, and I enjoyed it. And so when the idea for the Eastern Kentucky Academic Conference came to fruition, I was the choice to try to get a team together, and I enjoyed it, so I stayed with it.
I have to give most of the credit to Miss King. She's an outstanding coach. In fact, she's one of the best coaches in the state. The kids get a lot of the credit also. They're fantastic kids. They're really hard workers. They're not only involved in academics and excelling academically, but they're also involved in several other things.
But what about the kids? What do they get out of the team?
Well, it's helped my study habits, and I believe that it's helped me as a person. It's helped me prepare myself for college. I've learned a lot since I've been on it, and it's helped me, like, with teamwork. I understand, like, this year we're having to depend on ourselves a lot more.
Well, I think we've got an outstanding coach that takes the potential of the students and works with them. They know that she works religiously each and every night, just about every night of the week, 1 to 3 or 4 hours a night in academic practice. The community expects us to do well, you know, in our academic programs. And then, of course, we offer them support from the administration. So
the academic team truly to me is my family. And I look upon these guys as my brothers and my teachers as my second mothers or fathers. And it's really a great experience when we go on trips. We are one group, and we do have our inner disagreements, but we always work it out, and we always become closer because of it.
And now on to Paintsville. Although the Paintsville team is a fairly young team, they are steadily improving and growing.
When I first joined, there wasn't many people at all. There were like 6 members. We'd go to the meets, and we would have to, you know, scrounge around to get members to join. And now, I mean, a lot of people are joining that wouldn't have joined before. It's getting up there now.
Could improve a little bit, but all in all, I think we're very well balanced.
The head coach of the Paintsville academic team is Jane Harold, and she says although this is only her second year as coach, she's pleased with the growth.
I've been really pleased with the participation that we have had in the academic team. When I took over, we had very few members, and now we have so many students that are interested in taking a part that I have to limit the number. To be on the academic team, you really have to have a lot of self-discipline.
Well, we practice for 2 days, and when we go to the meets, usually on a Saturday, we go around and scout the games and stuff and see how well the other teams are doing.
The main reason I joined the academic team was partly because my mother back home in Broken Arrow, she always said, join the academic team, you'll like it a lot, and I never believed her. And then I came here and I didn't know a single person. I figured, well, I might as well do something. And besides,
well, as a principal of a high school, academics are the thing, as far as I'm concerned, and that's the reason why the school is here.
One thing that both of these teams have in common is the quest for knowledge, the excitement of learning, and the thrill of competition. And hopefully in the near future, everyone will realize how important these academic teams are.
Hungry, hungry. The sandwich is the mix at Rex. The sandwich is the mix at Rex. Ooh, ah, yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, hungry. The sandwich is the mix at Rex. The sandwich is the mix at Rex. The sandwich.
Back at the TW Oliver Gymnasium here, Memorial Gymnasium. Jim Frazier along with Chuck Dameron. We're at the break, 41-40, a 1-point lead for Pikeville. And Chuck, if you're Coach Bill Mike Runyon, what are you going to do now to try and win this game?
Well, Bill Mike a little bit upset there in the first half of play. His players were not doing the things that he wanted them to do, and I'm sure they had a long talk with him at halftime. He has to be awful pleased in the second quarter because they were able to penetrate and they were able to get the ball into Jerry Pelfrey. Pelfrey coming up with 12 big points there in the second quarter, and he looked like a super basketball player in the second quarter, just as Chris Slater looked like a super basketball in the first quarter for Pikeville.
And if you're Coach Kenny Trivett, what he's going to try to do is keep this lead.
Well, pick up the defensive tempo and play better defense and don't let Paintsville penetrate.
Craig Collins comes up with a steal. His brother, Chris, hustles down and gets the bucket there. Nice follow by Chris Collins.
Can't give up the second shots. That's one thing they really need to correct.
42-41, Paintsville leading Pikeville. This score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville. And we have a foul. We'll let the referee sort it out. And
34, that'll be Tim McNamee, and he wastes no time getting foul number 4, Jim.
Right, and that is a big, big foul.
Pikeville with the pressure defense, as you can see there. They'll play a 2-2-1 generally, and that's what they're playing here. 2-2-1 full court pressure.
Excuse me, Chuck.
Paintsville taking their time. Doing a good job handling it, Jim.
Right. I believe Pikeville just wanting Paintsville to play a little bit quicker tempo here.
Well, you've got two good coach ball clubs. They really are.
Holbrook couldn't bite, and Blackburn down with the rebound. Gets to Slater. Slater in a hurry on the board. No good. Rebound Craig Collins of Paintsville. Collins working it down the middle lane. It's cut off. He'll bounce it out to Jeremy Holbrook. Holbrook. Chris Collins inside. Nice pass for Pelfrey, and he'll put it in.
Okay, he's had some great passes tonight. He really has.
44-41. Smith on the other end. Can't get it to drop. Hits the deck, no call. And the Tigers working now the other way. It's Chris Collins. Bouncing off to Craig. Straight away Holbrook. And Slater. A steal at midcourt, and he bats it out of bounds. And last touch by Chris Slater. Both teams picking up that defensive tempo here, Chuck.
Well, they're going to have to. Paintsville, though, getting out of the gate quick offensively, and they've done it on offensive boards and good passing.
44-41. Little token pressure, and they desert Holbrook, and he works it up. Chris Collins. Craig Collins gets Hale in the air. Back to brother Chris. He'll get cut off and bounce it out front to Holbrook.
Pikeville man-to-man.
Pelfrey on the high post, working on Wilson. He'll put it up over him, and no good. Hale had it, lost it. And Porter puts it in, took it away from him, Chuck.
That's been the story, the rebounding. That's made the difference thus far. Paintsville going hard to the offensive boards.
And a steal, and the shot is put up and in by Jeremy Holbrook. And the score now, Paintsville Tigers 48, Pikeville Panthers 41. This score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville.
Well, good defense there by Paintsville.
And you see the Coach Bill Runyon coming over and getting things straightened away here. And I believe Pikeville now wanting timeout.
They did. They called timeout.
Right, so Pikeville's got timeout. And we're going to take this break right now with 5:53 to play in the third quarter. Our score, the Paintsville Tigers 48 and the Pikeville Panthers 41.
Feel the heartbeat of America with Kelly Chevrolet Olds of Paintsville. Quality cars for work, families, luxury, and economy from Chevrolet and Oldsmobile. Kelly is your family Chevy dealer. Not the biggest dealer, but the best. Kelly also has many models of Chevrolet trucks, vans, and four-wheel drives. Fine General Motors products from a fine mountain dealer. Kelly Chevrolet Olds of Paintsville, serving the entire mountain region.
Jim, we're back at TW Oliver, and that was a good defensive play there by the Paintsville Tigers. A little temper's flare, but that's part of basketball. When you play a heated contest and two big rivals, that's going to happen. That's normal, nothing to get excited about.
And the score now, Paintsville 52, Pikeville 45. The score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville. 4:05 to play, third quarter. 7-point spread. Inbounds it comes to Chris Collins. Double team, looks for help. Holbrook down low. Pelfrey making the strong move. A Cryer wouldn't drop. Craig Collins with the board, puts it in.
Well, that's been the nemesis for Pikeville. Paintsville keeps getting those second shots and really has cost the Panthers here in the second half and late in the second quarter.
54-45 now. Slater trying to get free. Goes by Pelfrey, gets hit with the double team. They battle for it. Smith comes away with it. They knock it away from him. Hale comes away. 19-9, short, no good. Slater got it. Spin shot is good off the board.
Well, Slater at the right place at the right time. Got the ball squared up good. If he goes straight up and straight down, he usually makes it.
Porter, 17-footer is good. A really good ball movement against the press that time, Chuck.
Right. Up and down the floor we go.
Slater. Smith. Back to Slater. 56-47 as we go inside 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Jim Frazier, Chuck Cameron here for Mountain Basketball. Wilson, double team. He'll put it up over the double team. No good. They battle for the board. Blackburn comes away with it. Slater, 16-footer. He's no good. Rebound, Pelfrey.
Pelfrey had quite a few boards tonight. And like we said earlier, he was the 6th leading rebounder in the state of Kentucky.
What a move by the big guy. They just can't shut him down, Chuck. He's got 22.
Now, if he gets that ball inside, he's almost impossible to stop. They're looking for that, trying to front him, and then that weak side help to come over, and that's what the only thing you can do against it. Jerry Pelfrey right now just playing very well.
And they try to bounce it down low for Blackburn. It's stolen away. Pelfrey leading the break. Craig Collins filling the left lane. He puts it up. It's in. He's got 12. And Pikeville wanting timeout. Hale loads up. He Draino's the three-pointer.
Well, they're going to have a couple of those to get back in. Here's a long pass.
Chris Collins. And it won't drop. It won't drop. It was on the lip and hung there, and the Paintsville folks really sort of did the dipsy-do, wondering if it'd go in.
Well, a good job there by Paintsville on the long pass. They caught Brian Wilson cheating up a little bit, and they went ahead and made the long pass. And straight to the goal goes Paintsville. Almost a three there, Jim.
Right. And now the score, Paintsville 60, Pikeville 50.
Well, I like Chris Collins. He's played an outstanding basketball game. He's handled the ball real well outside. He's made some great passes. He's penetrated. Just done an outstanding job for Paintsville tonight as Tim McNamee checks in for Pikeville, and Brian Wilson will go to the bench.
It's 19 points for Chris Collins. He has really lit it up. Charlie's boy, deep knee bend, puts it in. Score now, Paintsville 62, Pikeville 50. That score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville.
Paintsville with pressure of their own.
And out front, Hal Akers, or check it, that's Lee Jones, and that couldn't control it that time, Chuck.
No, not really a very good pass. Not really Lee's fault.
62-50. Man-to-man now as they'll double stack it in a low post, and they'll lob it in for Pelfrey. Double team, nice dish off the Porter. He'll lay it in, he's fouled. Good assist. Real nice pass.
Well, Todd Porter's been around here tonight. It seems like every time there's a loose ball or needs a rebound, it seems like he's there. He's a hard worker, very aggressive player for Paintsville, Coach Bill Mike Runyon. As you see right here, look at this pass inside to Jerry Pelfrey. Pelfrey passes it right over. A great pass, and he goes up strong and lays it in. It's obvious foul.
And couldn't get the three-point play. A rebound to Blackburn. In a hurry is Slater. Hale, 19-9. No good. Rebound Pelfrey. That's 9 rebounds already for him. Check it, that's 10 rebounds. We got Jason Blanton here feeding us with these stats. What a job. Collins. Baseline J. No good. Hale to Slater. They've done a good job defensing him. Left-hander is up, no good by Jones, and rebound comes down to Craig Collins, Paintsville.
Pikeville, awful code, Jim. They're getting some good shots. The basketball will just not go through the hoop. Pikeville man-to-man, Paintsville from a stack offense.
Jeremy Holbrook, and we have a whistle inside, and let's see. Oh, we got 3 seconds. 3-second call that time on, looks like McNamee.
Tucker Howard will come in, Jim, and Jerry Pelfrey will get a rest here the last 28 seconds. Smart move there by Bill Mike Runyon.
His team has really roared out. It was 41-40 at the end of the half. Pikeville has scored 10, while Paintsville put up 24. Blackburn at 14 seconds. Cross court to Hale. Behind the arc, no good at 10 seconds. Blackburn with the board, no good. He'll tries for it again. Let's see. Don't know. The foul this time, I believe, will go against 32, and that's Todd Porter. I've got him with 3 and only 3 team fouls.
A 14-point lead by Paintsville. Pikeville will have an opportunity to get the last shot here before the quarter ends. Checking in real quick is John Ratliff for Paintsville. Coming out is Todd Porter. Well, we're in the bonus.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, he's shooting 2. Okay. I didn't think it was a bonus opportunity.
I didn't either. And
I'm not so sure he was shooting either. 64-51 is John Blackburn with his 5th point. 6'1", 175 senior. Next one, no good. Chris Collins at 4 seconds. I don't believe he realizes the time. 2 seconds. 1 second. He'll get it off just before the horn. It's good, but they rule it off. I don't know, Chuck.
Well, I don't know
about that one. I thought he got it before the horn.
Bill Mike Runyon did not argue at all.
Right. And so we have come to the end of 3 super quarters of play. And our score, the Paintsville Tigers 64 and the Pikeville Panthers 51. As you see Chris Collins letting it go as we go to the break.
It's a sales spectacular at your Price Hager Decorating Centers. An England Corsair sofa and love seat, both pieces for only $6.79, with 6 styles and fabrics to choose from. An England Corsair 2-piece sectional, only $8.99, and 3-piece sectional with incliners, only $11.69. Restonic bedding at great prices starting at $69 per piece. Also, Bassett Cherry Finish Highboy for $7.99, and Curio cabinets from $2.95. All this at your Price Hager Decorating Centers in Paintsville and Pikeville.
The Paintsville Tigers threw a 24 spot at the Pikeville Panthers there in that 3rd quarter, Chuck, while Pikeville could manage only 11 points. And now Paintsville roars out to the 13-point lead.
Well, what can you say? They just did an excellent job of playing basketball. They went to the boards real well. They got a lot of second attempts, and the other times they made the first attempt. So Paintsville just doing a super job there in the 3rd quarter. Pikeville now man-to-man again.
Paintsville doing a super job on the defensive end as Chris Slater just hasn't gotten many shots away in this second half. Holbrook. Cross court for Chris Collins. Nice catch by Chris Collins. These guys really whip that ball around.
Yeah, they move it very well.
And I think that's something they weren't doing early. Craig Collins' double clutch shot is no good, and the rebound comes down to John Blackburn. Hale behind the arc. Slater making a move. He leaned into Collins, put the J up and in.
Back at the other end, the Paintsville player did not go straight up and straight down. And once you get leaning and doing that, you have your shooting percentage will go down.
Score, Paintsville 64, Pikeville 53. That score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville. 7 minutes to play. Jim Frazier along with Chuck Dameron. Baseline J by Collins, no good. Too hard. Rebound by Howard. And, oh no, check it. That's not Howard. That's John Ratliff. 65-53. Paintsville 65, Pikeville 53. That score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville. Lee Jones, right of the circle. Slater, foul line jumper is short. Battle for the rebound. They hit the deck for it. McNamee had it, lost it. Slater, spinner in the lane, short, no good. Gets his own rebound. He'll try a 3rd time and put it in.
Well, 3rd time's a charm, I guess. Paintsville now that time not blocking out and going to the boards, and Pikeville taking advantage of that.
65-55. Holbrook bouncing down the low left, went right through the legs of Tucker Howard.
Well, that pass was just too hard thrown. There wasn't any way he could come up with that.
Jones right of the circle. Cross court to Hale. Back to Jones, down low it goes for Blackburn. They double team him.
Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paintsville.
Pikeville's cut the deficit now to 10, Jim, and if you can get below the 10, that seems to be a magic mark in basketball. You know, you feel like you're still in the game and you got a chance. And, of course, at 6-17 is explosive, but Pikeville is or Paintsville, either one. You know, this game is far from being over.
Hale out front. Jones, Hale working on Crace into the lineup now for Holbrook. They double team McNamee. Back to Hale. Slater is sort of sliding in down around the lane area. Hale behind the arc. It's short. No good. They battle for the rebound. Slater, quickness. Quickness got that rebound. A lot of folks thought he won't, but he was pushed a little by Pelfrey. Slater will put it up short. And Pelfrey hits the deck. Not sure. He might have tripped over his own man that time. And let's see.
Well, a lot of frustration on the floor right now. A couple players that got a little rough in there, Jim, and players a little frustrated the whistle was not blown. As Hal Akers checks in for Pikeville and Lee Jones will go to the bench. You got to watch Hal here now because he can shoot that three.
Slater is looking. It's into Hale. Working it around the perimeter.
Paintsville in the zone.
Hale and Akers play catch with it out front. Now Akers will load it up. He's a good shooter, and he can hit it.
I told you he can hit the three, and that cuts the lead to 7.
65-58. Paintsville with a lead in the ball. Craig Collins, low right. Chris Collins just inside the arc, and it's 2 points for him.
Well, Slater going before he had the basketball, Jim. You got to get the ball before you can go down the floor, and he did not meet his pass. Always meet your pass.
And let's see, we've got a foul, and this might be a push-off on Pelfrey.
Well, he did, and of course, it may have been the second part, and the second man sometimes gets caught.
Yeah, and that, as we take a look at it here, you're going to see Pelfrey and a push-off right there.
No question.
Yeah, he was pushing off, and that is 4 on him, and that's a tough call for the Tigers. Hale, 19 and down.
Well, I told you, Pikeville plays in streaks. Right now, they're on a hot streak.
That's 18 for Hale. Slater trying to steal it off Crace in the backcourt. Collins breaks the pressure easily. Nice move on the baseline by Pelfrey, but his shot won't drop. A crier inside. Rebound McNamee out to Slater. Slater in the lane, puts it up. Leslie. And we have a foul. Foul will go against 21, and that's going to go against Walt Crace, Chuck.
They call it before the shot, and here it is. See, he was fouled. He did. He grabbed him, and then Slater goes up.
Right.
And between 2 defenders, and it didn't matter there because the foul had already been committed.
Chris Slater, only 2 of 4 from the line, and he's going to be 2 of 5.
Well, good job there by Pelfrey. It looked like he might walk with it, but he dropped the ball and kept control of it. Good job by Pelfrey.
Another rebound for Pelfrey. That's 14 for him. Chris Collins to Holbrook. Craig Collins. The brother Chris making a move on Blackburn. Has trouble in the lane, and they're going to get John Blackburn with the hold, and that'll be his 3rd personal foul.
Well, whether John got him or not, I don't know, but he made it look bad, Jim, because he stuck that hand in there when he was driving, and you stick that hand in there, a lot of time the officials are going to call a foul on you.
You know, we started this frame at 64-51. Paintsville with the lead, and Pikeville has now outscored them 10-3. Collins foul shot, took the long look and dropped. I tell you, these guys are playing awfully hard out here, Chuck, and you can see a couple of guys getting a little tired.
Oh, no question. They played real hard, gone at each other 110%.
See those foul shots and shots coming up a little short usually mean the guys are getting a little tired. 69-61, 8-point spread. Pikeville with the ball, they trail. Slater can't get free to Hale, and it's short. Rebound Pelfrey. He is cleaning the glass.
He certainly is.
The Tigers.
Hale forced that one a little bit. They got to let the 3-point shot, Jim's really got to come natural. You know.
Holbrook. Pelfrey working on McNamee. No good from in close. Slater on the break. 2-on-2. Bounces down for Hale, filling the lane, and he's fouled. Well, you can choose. You can pick and choose the foul there. It's either going to be against 14 Holbrook or 15 Collins.
Maybe they'll give each one of them a half.
Yeah. And that's 4 on Jeremy Holbrook.
It was a good job passing the basketball. Chris Slater took it right to the free throw line, took it real aggressive. As you see there, the pass right off to Johnny Hale, just a great pass. Hale goes up strong, and he is hammered by both players.
3:43 to play, and foul shots become crucial now. Hale puts it up and in.
Well, when you go down the stretch, as you see Coach Trivett and his bench, free throws are so very, very important.
It's 19 for Johnny Hale. And the next one, beautiful rotation, puts it up and in. The score now, Paintsville 69, Pikeville 63. That score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville. Collins puts it up, no good, and they battle for the rebound. Let's see.
Well, I believe it's on John Blackburn. Todd Porter.
6'3", 165 sophomore.
Well, watch his form. He has got good form on his free throw. Watch how his hand finishes. The young people at home. Watch as he gets the basketball, eyes to go. His hand will finish up high and strong.
He's looking for his 10th point.
And he just pops it real well. I like the way he shoots.
No kidding. 70-63, Slater in a hurry. Gets cut off by Holbrook. He'll put it up over him. No good. Rebound once again to Pelfrey. And they tie him up as Slater sticks his hands in, and Pelfrey didn't like it.
Well, gonna go over to Pikeville.
Yep, on the alternate possession, it will be Pikeville ball. I tell you, these referees, Jeff Newsom and Harvey Silas, having a tough time as
you see
these players really battling. You see Pelfrey pull it away, and then later on
rebounder
will sneak in. As we come back to action,
Slater puts two in.
And it's 70-65.
Paintsville in that stack offense, Pikeville man-to-man.
Chris Collins on the wing. The brother Craig straight away. Jeremy Holbrook left of the circle. Chris Collins. Believe they're going to try to get Pelfrey. As Pelfrey and Porter just switching back and forth, running some pick action there down close. Craig Collins has it knocked away, stolen by McNamee. 5-point spread. Hale. Got it.
Got the three. 2-point game now.
That's 5 3-pointers for him.
As you see the big crowd there from Pikeville on their feet and applauding the Pikeville Panthers. Once again, Jim, the 3-point play is so exciting in high school basketball. As you see right here, Hal Akers with the ball, looks, throws to Johnny Hale, and you see his feet behind the line, goes up straight, goes up strong, comes straight back down. Good finish with his hands, and nothing but nylon.
And the score, Paintsville 70, Pikeville 68. That score brought to you by the Citizens National Bank of Paintsville. Time to buckle up. My old buddy James Allen would say. 2-point spread. Paintsville with the lead in the ball. Out front, Holbrook. Craig Collins hits the deck, no call. Holbrook still working, trying to get free. Sees Porter, lonesome left side, and he lays it in.
Well, the weak side help came over for Pikeville. That left him wide open, and he laid it in.
72-68. Inside 2 minutes to play. As Chris Slater, Toming it down out front.
1-3-1 defense now by Paintsville.
And it looks like now Pikeville will want timeout. We've got 1:51 to play in the game. Our score, the Pikeville Paintsville Tigers 72 and the Pikeville Panthers 68. We're going to pause. We'll return with the final moments right after this.
At Family Federal, we've made a new name for ourselves. We're now Family Federal Savings Bank, with all the financial services you've come to expect from a bank. Whether you're buying a new car, purchasing a home, got your eye on that special boat, or just need a checking account, Family Federal Savings Bank is here for you. And your deposits are federally insured up to $100,000. Family Federal Savings Bank. We've made a new name for ourselves. Paintsville, Pikeville, Inez, and Salyersville.
The Paintsville Tigers had the big lead entering this fourth frame, but the Pikeville Panthers are kept chipping away with the three-pointer. That's a 4-point spread. Tigers have the lead. Panthers with the ball. Hale. Triple is no good. Rebound once again to Jerry Pelfrey. I want to say John.
Right.
What a job. Slater near steal on Holbrook. Out front. Holbrook, nice job with the recover. Man-to-man now. Craig Collins. And he bounces it right to Slater. Nice steal by Slater. He'll go under and lay it in.
Well, good defense that time by Chris Slater, and he goes the other way for two.
What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. 72-70. Chris Collins looking for help. A little weave out front is Holbrook. Craig Collins with it now. And let's see.
14, an illegal pick, I believe, on Paintsville will be the call, and Pikeville will have it, Jim.
Well, if that foul goes against Holbrook, he's gone. 72-70.
Should be a bonus, too, Jim. Coach Trivet of Pikeville standing up wanting the bonus. It was not a player control foul. So we'll wait and see the call here by Jeff Newsom, the official.
And
that's 5 fouls.
Yeah, that's 5 on Holbrook. He will retire, the 5'10", 160 junior with 2 points.
There's Coach Trivet of Pikeville. A little bit of confusion, a stop in the action as the referee now trying to explain to Bill Mike Runyon exactly what has transpired here. Of course, Bill Mike Runyon not really ready to accept any of this, but he will accept it as he goes to the bench, gets him another player. And Pikeville will go to the other end, and I believe, Jim, we will have free throws because it was not a player control foul.
Right, and Johnny Hale would be the man at the line. I've got him 4 of 4 from the line.
He's a good shooter, so obviously, you know, be a good free throw shooter.
I've got him with 23 points unofficially. And we got 1:03 to play. 63 ticks left. 72-70. Johnny Hale, 6'3", 185 junior. At the line.
71% he shoots at the free throw line.
At least I've got him 5 of 5 tonight. 72-71. We could be looking at OT.
OT, very possible here. 2 good basketball players.
Well, we usually have sports overtime on Friday night. Why not another overtime? Oh, it won't drop. Hale couldn't bite. They battled for it down on the floor, and Pelfrey comes away with it for the Paintsville Tigers. To Tucker Howard. Porter. Pikeville now scrambling for that basketball. Out front is Pelfrey. Craig Collins floats it out front for Chris Collins. Down low, Porter is open down low, but they can't get it to him. Collins to Craig Collins. He's double teamed at 37 seconds. Gary Pelfrey goes out and gets it between the circles, making a move. Down low for Tucker Howard. It's rejected by Johnny Hale. A beautiful block. He's double teamed down low. Gets to Slater. We're on the odd number at 25 seconds. Slater works down. Porter hits the deck. Slater's got it short. Chris Collins battles for it, and it was the last touch by Tim McNamee. A correct call down low by Harvey Silas.
Tell you what, we saw one of the best blocks, Jim, that I've seen in high school basketball in quite some time. That was a great block by Johnny Hale, plus he got the rebound. And Pikeville really did not come down with the basketball and treat it as a precious commodity, Jim. Had they brought it down and Slater set it up, he went for a shot that was really off balance. He was not ready to shoot, as you can see right here. Slater brings it down. He's straight up on his dribble. Now he goes into a crouch and goes aggressively toward the basketball goal. There could have been a foul right there on a block. No call on it. So Slater goes up as he was not squared real well when he went up. And really, Pikeville maybe should have backed the ball out right there, Jim. They were down by 1 point. Held on to the basketball, gone for a good shot. As you see Bill Mike Runyon of Paintsville going over strategy. They will have the basketball, and it's, you know, they're under control right now. You've got to look, Jim, for Coach Trivet and Pikeville to tell them, let's wait a few seconds here, see if we can get a steal. If we can't get a steal, then we're going to have to foul somebody. And I'm sure they've looked at the book and see who's shooting the worst at the free throw line or looked at the statistic. Coaches usually know in this situation who they want to foul.
Well, you know, used to when we had just a 2-point shot, when you got on that 1-point number and you did commit a foul, the other team sinks 2 free throws, you're dead with just a few seconds left. But now with the 3-point shot, and as well as Pikeville shoots it, I know we've seen Hal Akers, Chris Slater, Johnny Hale shoot it well from outside. You wonder if maybe Akers might come into the lineup.
Akers is not in the lineup. He might be after Pikeville fouls, though, Jim.
Tucker to Chris Collins. Trace with it. He's an excellent shooter. It's knocked away, stolen by Slater. And let's see, they're going to have a foul on Pelfrey, and he's going to go. That's his 5th.
Well, I'd like to see that again if possible, but Pikeville playing the aggressive defense there, and they go straight up, they block the pass, and then come down with it. And Slater, once again, not waiting at all, going aggressively toward the goal, and the foul was committed by Jerry Pelfrey. And I thought Slater, maybe Jim should have backed that one out and set it up. But, you know, he's an aggressive type player. That's the way he plays the game, and you got to play and do the things that you do best, and that's what Chris Slater does.
Well, Jerry Pelfrey will foul out, and I've got him with 22 points. And none of those coming in this fourth frame, Chuck. And, you know, Paintsville built up the big lead at 64-51 coming into this frame with Jerry Pelfrey getting a lot of those points, but he was shut out in the fourth quarter. I've got him retiring with 22. Looking at free throws now, Pikeville only 13 of 19 from the line. Paintsville only 11 of 19. So we've had some spotty foul shooting.
Exactly right, and you know that's very important. Slater only 2 of 5 at the free throw line. As a matter of fact, out of his last 4, Slater has made 1. But you're looking at a crucial situation right here. This is the man, Jim, that really you want at the free throw line. You know, he's your veteran, he's your senior, he's your captain. You know, he is the leader. A college prospect, scored, I guess, about 30 points here tonight. So, you know, what man would you better want at the free throw line than Chris Slater? Paintsville with plenty of time, whether he makes it or not. You know, they got plenty of time to go down here and score. If he makes one of them, of course, we'll be tied. If he makes both of them, you know, the 2-point field goal is all Paintsville would need then to win.
Chris Slater, excuse me, Chuck, Chris Slater has 28 points. And he's looking for his 29th point. Referee Harvey Silas hands in the ball. It's on its way. No good. Came out of there. Rebound, Chris Collins of Paintsville. He's still with it, and he's clipped from behind. He'll hit the deck at 7 seconds.
Well, you brought up a great point a minute ago, Jim. The foul was 7 seconds. Pikeville still got plenty of time, and I'm sure Akers will come back into the game in this situation. And Pikeville will have an opportunity, even if he makes them, they'll have an opportunity to tie this basketball game up with a 3. If he misses it, Pikeville will have an opportunity to win, as you see right here. The Pikeville players chasing him and trying to foul him. I mean, that's the only hope they had.
Big rebound by the 6'1", 165 senior, Chris Collins. At 14 versus Raceland, averages 16 points a game.
Well, we talked about him earlier, I did. I think he's a real good basketball player. He's done a lot of good things here for Paintsville tonight.
72-71, a 1-point lead for the guests.
And Hal
Paintsville Tigers.
Hal Akers has checked in, so you've got Akers and Johnny Hale.
Foul shot on its way. It's short. They battle for the rebound. Wilson. Slater at 5 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. He lets it fly 1 second. We have a foul.
He got fouled.
We have a foul.
Yes,
and
sir.
There's no time on the clock. So now they'll sort some things out. Pretty sure the foul did occur before the buzzers.
It's up to the official.
The clock, the official comes over, Jeff Newsom, to ask if the clock had gone off. And the clock has not gone off. There you see Chris Collins hitting the deck.
Well, that should have been a foul right there, Jim, to be honest with you. Of course, when you get in the late stages, fouls are not called as often because you hate for a basketball game to end that way. Here Slater goes up real strong, and he's hammered on the arm. Right. There is no question at all that there was a foul.
The clock,
see it on the replay.
The clock showed zeros across the board, but it has not sounded.
All it's got to do, Jim, is leave his hands. It does not have to reach any arm. It does not have to be on its way down in basketball now. All it's got to do is leave his hands.
Slater, 2 of 6 from the line, and the officials now are sorting things out.
Well,
72-71, a 1-point lead for the Paintsville Tigers, and now they are ruling that the clock, I assume, has sounded, and so now we'll have 2 foul shots. Slater must make them both for the Tigers.
Well, he got the most important one. Yep. That one right there.
We're tied at 72, and Chris Slater, if he hits his 30th point, will win this game for the Pikeville Panthers. It's on its way. It's good. It's over. The Pikeville Panthers win it in a tremendous comeback. 73-72. What action. What action, Chuck Dameron. What a tremendous basketball game. The best game we've seen on Mountain Basketball.
What a great game for WYMT Mountain Television. This has been super. We've had a great crowd, and we We've seen some outstanding basketball as players now from both teams shake hands, congratulate each other on a very well-played basketball game. Both teams playing in spurts. Pikeville had the last spurt.
Well, what a performance by that fellow you see on your screen. Chris Slater wound up with 30 points, and no, we have seen a super basketball game. We're going to take this break right now, and then we'll come back with a scoring recap. But the final score is Pikeville 73 and Paintsville 72.
Life's emergencies sometimes catch us off guard, but at Cooley Medical Equipment, we try our best to help you when it happens. Our experienced staff is ready to work with your physician to provide the best in medical equipment and care for you or your loved one at home. That includes the services of therapists and licensed nurses. We'll bill Medicare and most insurance companies. At Cooley Medical, our motto is quality patient care, and we mean it. Cooley Medical Equipment, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, and Louisa.
Well, you can't get it any more exciting than what it was tonight. 73-72 is the final score as Pikeville comes out on top as Chris Slater makes 2 free throws as the time runs out. The scoring went this way. First for Paintsville, Jerry Pelfrey with 22 points tonight. Chris Collins with 24 points as he leads the way for the Tigers. Jeremy Holbrook with 2 points. Craig Collins with 12 points. Todd Porter with 11 points. Walt Crace played, did not score. Tucker Howard played, did not score. And Hayden Pelfrey played and did not score. 24 points leading the way, Chris Collins, and he did an excellent job not only of shooting the basketball, but he had some excellent passes and rebounds for Paintsville. John Pelfrey, excellent job again on the boards for the Paintsville Tigers. I'm sure he ended up in double figures in rebounding, probably 16 or 17 of those. For the Pikeville High School Panthers, Chris Slater leads the way with 30 points. Johnny Hale next with 24. Johnny Hale with 5 3-pointers tonight. John Blackburn with 5 points. Tim McNamee with 4. Brian Wilson with 5 points. Chris Smith off the bench with 2. And Hal Akers off the bench to get a very important 3 and kind of got a lot of things exciting and a lot of things going for Pikeville there toward the end as they had the double threat then from the 3-point line. We'll be back to wrap this one up from Pikeville High School. The final score 73-72. We'll be back right after this.
His toe when he comes off the bench.